ano lang session ka na.
Hand gesture?
Oh.
The what?
Hand gesture.
Hand gestures? That's gonna be getting difficult because it's gonna be like, what are the hand gestures gonna be doing? Like, hey, hey, hey. That's gonna be like the only hand gesture I can think of. That's gonna make sense because it's gonna be like, you know, any other hand gesture.
Kabasa.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone. So I'm Filipino Simple Life. For today's videos, everybody, I will do interview si Xiong, guys. I know, guys, you are already know si Xiong, but I have subscriber is not to know his bunny him. Are you okay, si Xiong?
I'm fine. It's hot here, but I'm fine.
Okay. By the way, si Xiong, how old are you, si Xiong?
I am currently 52.
52. Where do you live?
I live in Chicago, Illinois, United States.
Then how's your kanang, living here in the Philippines?
To me, it's fine. I mean, it's not that big of a difference to transition. I mean, the biggest issue for me is transportation, and just figuring out how to get around. But that's any new place you go to.
Okay. Okay, si Xiong, I have kind of question to you, si Xiong.
Okay.
So you moved from a big city like Santiago to a quiet place like Toledo. How has that transition been for you?
Well, I'm going to move. I haven't moved yet. I'm still in the U.S. But as far as the transition, this is my first time coming here, staying long term. It's been close to 4 months, and to be honest with you, what's making it as easy as possible is that I do know people here.
Okay.
I mean, Marianne's been a lot of help with, helping me get around, helping me, learn where the stores are, where the market's at, and dealing with that. So as long as you know people here that have time to actually help you and go with you, like to the stores and everything, transitioning is not really that bad.
Okay. Okay, so Xiong, next question, si Xiong is, as someone working in IT, how do you find that scene or internet situation here? Any big adjustment for you?
Not really.
In the Philippines?
Not really. I thought the internet was worse than it is. It's not the problem of the actual internet with the internet service providers. It's the buildings. The way the houses are built here, they're out of hollow block and rebarb. So you're dealing with a lot of like cement and metal. So unlike in the US where we have a lot of frame housing or brick, signals could pass through walls a lot easier in the US. Where here, once they put the internet into one room, you pretty much have to stay in that one room to do anything you have to do, unless you know how to deal with, networking, which I do, and extend your network outside of the room. So as far as the internet companies here, they're perfectly fine.
Okay. Next is you are in the process of becoming a citizen. What does it mean to you, or to call Philippines or permanent home?
What it means to call the Philippines a permanent home, it's probably too early to say. I'm actually not in the process anymore. I already have my visa. I just got my visa last week, so I am considered a special residence or retiree resident now of the Philippines. So I could go and come anytime I want. I don't have to worry about extending the tourist visa and all of that stuff anymore. If I want to come here and stay 4, 5, 6 years, there's no problem with that. The transitioning is going to be with work. And I'm still trying to figure that out because I am almost positive my job is not going to continue to let me come to the Philippines for 3, 4 months in a row. So I need to figure out how to earn. I do not have a pension. Not every American has a pension. Not every American has, a good financial situation to just retire and move to another country. So I need to deal with the finances, the financials.
How many months did you live here in the Philippines?
Right now it's almost 4 months. I have to leave for certain situations, so I have to leave this week. But I think the middle of June would have been 4 months that I've been in the Philippines.
By June.
Yeah.
Actually, it's June.
Well, is it June already? What's today? June 1st? Or is today's the 31st? I don't even know what day it is. But we're almost in June. So I'm leaving on Friday, which is the 6th.
Okay. And then when you back here in the Philippines?
That I don't know. It all depends on my company. If they decide they do not want to let me work from here, then I only have 3 weeks of vacation. And I will end up coming here in March because of my goddaughter. I want to be here for her birthday. So
baby Marianne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So March is going to be when I come, probably most of the time for the baby's birthday and other things. But hopefully I could extend it more than 3 weeks.
Okay. How prepare? Ayun na lang eh. Okay, what Filipino food were you the most nervous to eat the first time you tried?
I don't think I've been nervous to try anything that I actually tried. I refuse to try balut.
Balot?
I'm
Then
not.
how's
I'm not
the
touching it.
taste?
I'm not touching it. No, no. I
No,
still
no.
haven't. Still haven't. Not going to. No way. You cannot pay me enough money to eat balut. I'm sorry.
You don't like to try
I'm not
balot?
even gonna try. No, no. Not even gonna try it. But I don't eat seafood. I'm not allergic.
Seafood?
But I don't eat
Okay.
seafood. And my doctor here actually told me to stay away from seafood
Okay.
because it's not good for my elephant feet.
Okay.
So, but there's not been anything that I was afraid to try. I just need to avoid certain things like fish. But I refuse to eat balut. I'm not even gonna try it.
Okay. Would you ever date someone way younger, like 20s, or would you never do that?
All right, that's an interesting question.
Uh-uh.
I should never say never. I've been saying that as a joke online for a little while. I was saying I'm never gonna date. I'm single for life. But you never know. Once I'm living here, that's my only thing. I'm not interested in LDR.
Yes, LDR.
When I retire and I'm living here, I guess it depends. I mean, if I end up finding someone that's in their 20s, is it going to be difficult to deal with the age growing up the way I did? Yes. Am I going to refuse to date someone in their 20s? I don't know.
Why man? Because mas liog ka ng foreign?
Well, I'm not the normal foreigner. I mean, I don't know if it's my culture or just my upbringing. We don't look at age difference the same way as in the Philippines. Now, I had someone make a comment, you're in the Philippines, you got to adjust to the way things are in the Philippines. Age gap is not a big deal.
Yes.
But growing up the way I did, age gap is going to be interesting. Now, my sister actually married a man, I think 10 or 15 years younger than her. So 10-year age gap is not a big deal, but I'm in my 50s. So if I try to date someone that's in their 20s, that's a bigger difference. But
What?
I
30s? 30
I
up,
mean, 30, even 30, that's still over 20 years difference.
or 40?
But I think 20 or 40 might not be as difficult to deal with. But looking at how things are here in the Philippines, the chances of finding someone in their 30s or 40 that's probably single, or what we in America would call single without baggage. And what baggage means is, and I hate to say it, but they have like 3, 4, 5 kids and all this other stuff. You're not going to probably find a 30, 40-year-old Filipina that's still what we call señorita.
Señorita.
She's going to probably have kids, ex-boyfriend, hopefully not an ex-husband, because that brings up a totally different.
But kung ano man si Shu, mas better ka ng young Filipina.
I mean, there's a lot of benefit. I mean, there's a lot of benefits probably to a younger Filipina, but I'm in my 50s. I am not a club person. I'm not a party person. And, again, it's the American mindset. A 20-year-old in the U.S., they want to party. They want to go out to the club. They want to go out to the restaurants every day. At my age, I'm more accustomed to going to work, going home, and just want to relax. I mean, I'm okay
You are
with
not a
like
party
traveling.
boy.
No, I'm not a party boy.
You're not a party boy.
Now, go on vacation once in a while, maybe to Boracay or another island for a week or something like that, that's fine. But to go like every weekend, go out to a club or drinking or something like that, no.
So, hindi you are out and stay at home.
I mean, and if she wants to work, I'll be a stay-at-home dad. That's fine with me. But I mean, I can't see a 20-year-old wanting to stay home. I'm assuming they're going to want to go out, they're going to want to have fun, they're going to want to go to the club. I could be wrong.
By the way, Station, do you have children or no?
I have no kids.
No kids.
Never married, no kids that I know of.
But if you're not
That I know of.
dating a young Filipina, then you don't have kids. Because if you want
Well,
to
that's
choose,
that's the
40,
thing, right?
40 or 50.
Well, that's the thing. If you're planning on having children, it's in your benefit to go younger. It just makes sense. That's logic. But, again, 50, 60, 70-year-olds going out with a 20-year-old, I don't see the compatibility. Now, again, if I start dating someone and they happen to be in, let's say, their 20s and we, get along, we don't seem to have problems, it's not like they want to do things I don't want to do and vice versa, then that might be different. But I can't picture a 20-year-old, even a 25-year-old, wanting to be as chill and relaxed as I want to be. I just feel they're going to always want to if not go out and be with family, drinking and partying, the club or the beach all the time. I mean, I could do the beach maybe once or twice a week, not every day.
But maybe Station, they have kanang Filipino kanang what's that name? Kanang not party girl.
Not a party girl. What if she's a homie?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
homie.
that.
I have to find one and see one first because I don't know. I don't know. Every Filipino I look at or I've known, no offense, if they drink, you just gotta get a couple beers in them, then they're party girls. They're gonna want to have fun and club and do all this stuff. I mean, the few Filipinos that I spend a lot of time with, except for you, they have one or two beers. They want to have, you know, they want to drink. They want to have fun. I make them drink in the house. That way, we're not outside. We don't have to worry about, you know, fights breaking out in the bar or whatever. But still, how often are you going to be able to keep them in the house to drink? I just don't. I can't visualize it at this point. Maybe once I'm living here and I'm here a few years, it'll be more relaxed to date younger. But even the concept of dating is not comfortable to me. I don't date.
He married.
I don't date. I mean, well, you have to date before you marry, but I mean.
But do you like kanang Station? Do you have children or?
I don't have any kids. No, I don't have any kids. I never been married. I never had any kids. I have nothing
Why man?
against
Why?
kids.
What the reason? Why?
Why I don't have any kids?
But do you have ex before when you're kanang kuan pa young?
I've dated 2, maybe 3 women in my 20s. That's it.
American all?
Yes.
Oh, American. Never tried to date a Filipina?
No.
Oh.
No Filipinas, no Latinas, no Chinitas. three white girls.
Then what happened?
I think the longest one I spent time with was 2 months, and then I found out I was boyfriend number 3. Yeah. No. One I was a one-nighter that turned into a 2-nighter, and then even with the other 2, because there's only 3, I was either boyfriend number 3 or boyfriend number 6 or something like that. And yeah, I understand. You're not married, you're not engaged, you're just dating.
Yeah.
But to me, growing up the way I did, once you start having sex, there should not be boyfriend number 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's one thing if you're just going out and having dinner and drinking, but once you're having sex, there should not be 4 or 5 different boyfriends. That's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, casual sex is a little bit too comfortable in the U.S.
Would you ever consider dating someone who don't speak much English?
That would be difficult. Would I consider it? It would depend on like the total package.
Like you do like that about it?
I mean, if okay,
I like don't know how to speak.
they have to be able to speak enough to have at least some type of conversation. Because I mean, if they don't speak or like any English whatsoever, how can we communicate? There's always got to be communication at some level.
Hindi ko lang Station kana.
Hand gesture?
Oh.
The what?
Hand gesture.
Hand gestures? That's gonna be getting difficult because it's gonna be like what are the hand gestures we're gonna be doing? Like hey. That's gonna be like the only hand gesture I can think of. That's gonna make sense because it's gonna be like, you know, any other hand gesture. No, I'm not learning sign language. That's not gonna work. I mean, there's gotta be some English. Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be some English.
But kanang.
There's gotta be some English. Come on.
Okay, Station.
Because if you think about it, if there's at least enough communication, if we love each other and we decide to get married and everything, chances are as the years go by, I'm gonna learn her language, she's gonna learn my language, we're gonna be able to communicate more.
Yeah.
But to start, we have to, either I'm gonna have to learn Filipino language or she needs to know English. Enough. And I don't know how easy it's gonna be for me to learn Filipino, especially since there's probably, 7,000 different dialects or something.
Okay, well, I think only for that Station. Okay guys, thank you so much. Also Station, thank you so much for being part of my, YouTube or these videos.
No problem.
Yes, hopefully kana you're enjoying here in the Philippines.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, good luck to your you're flying back to your country.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay, Station, thank you so much.
All right, thank you and have a good one.
Yeah. God bless.
Take care, everybody.